Hello everyone. Welcome to a new chess video. Finally, yes, finally, we have here with us the Chestnut Evo, the most technologically advanced chess set in the history of this game. This is incredible. Hey, chess teacher, what's up? Why does this chess set have a screen bigger than my head? Well, check out what I'm about to show you, because this screen is completely connected to this chess set. You're going to be amazed by all the features it has. So stick around for this video because it's going to be awesome. I promise you, it's not going to leave anyone indifferent. We'll start by reviewing maybe the least important thing, which to me is actually very important, and that's the board and the pieces. Notice that the board is more or less standard size. It's not one of those really big boards like you're used to seeing on the channel, but it's not a small board either, you know? I'll put my hand here so you can get an idea, right? I can even do this, and you'll probably be able to see the size of the king, right? And the most important thing of all, and what really caught my attention, is that the pieces have a bit of weight to them. And that's fundamental for me. Why? Because with any plastic chess set, if the pieces don't have weight, as soon as you start moving them, they fall over, especially when you're trying to play fast and all that, right? Notice that if you want to capture, you can do it really well. The pieces move incredibly smoothly, they have their little felt pad underneath, so this is a chess set, careful now, of really high quality. Also, notice that it comes with these amazing velvet bags to store the pieces, right? They even give us two, in case we want to keep the white and black pieces separate. Notice that they also include extra queens in case we promote a pawn to a queen. So, it's a very complete set, and really enjoyable to play with. Alright, now that we've checked out the pieces and the board, which I think are really good, let's move on to the important part. Let's turn on the machine. Notice that there's a button here, and when we press it, all of this opens up. I have to tell you, this chess set comes with a ton of features, really a ton, and I think it's amazing. Let's start with the basics. This tablet has, or rather, it is an Android tablet, because besides everything else it can do. Yes, it's a real tablet. You can do whatever you want. You can watch my YouTube videos here, you can chat on Facebook, you can do whatever you feel like. But aside from everything you can do with a regular tablet or phone, I'm going to show you what makes this chess set special, because that's what's really important, and the reason we'd buy it. Otherwise, we'd just get a regular tablet, right? Let's start with the bot match. As you can see, we can play against a bot right on the chessboard itself. This is what I love the most, and I'm sure true chess fans are going to fall in love with it too, because for those of you who like playing on a real board, you already know that in my videos there's always a real board. It's a pain to have to play on your phone or computer, because I want to play on a real board. The thing is, of course, there's no one at home who knows how to play chess. I can't play chess whenever I want. Well, with this board, you'll be able to play on a real board against other people or against a bot. Let's start with the bot. Check it out. We have Maya, Stockfish, and LC0. What's this, chess teacher? Well, Stockfish and LC0, as you can see, are analysis modes, right? Totally well-known analysis engines. But what happens is that if we play against these analysis engines, the same thing always happens, right? I, chess teacher, have a rating of 1400. Let's set it here to 1400. The thing is, if I play with Stockfish set to 1400, what it does is play 3 or 4 moves at a spectacular 2000 level, and then it just gives away the queen. Therefore, it's not balanced. And so I would like to take a moment to introduce you to Maya, the artificial intelligence that was specifically developed by our friends at Chestnut, which, for example, if I happen to have a current rating of 1400. Now, what it's actually going to do is play like a real 1400 rated opponent. Why? Because it gathers all the games played by a 1400 ELO player. In other words, it has collected every game that exists from players with a 1400 ELO rating. So when you play, let's say for example you play as white, start. And you'll see that when we play, it's going to play just like a 1400 rated player would. For example, I'm going to move this pawn, and notice that immediately on the board it lights up in a really subtle way. It doesn't bother you at all, but you can see very clearly what our opponent is doing, right? We just have to move it, and now we decide what to play next. For example, knight to f3. In this case, our opponent highlights the knight to c6, right? As you can see, you can play in a totally normal way. See? It's amazing. It doesn't bother you at all. And you can just keep going calmly here. But anyway, we're not going to stick with this game because the features are incredible, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to click here to keep checking out all the features because this is actually the least important part, even though it's amazing. You can play regular chess, chess 960, where the pieces are shuffled. You can edit the board, you can set up the board however you want. Even, look, check this out, okay? If I put the queen here, the queen will show up right here. If I put the king here, sideways, king next to king, it'll show up here too. This would be the board editor, and we can set it up however we want, okay? Now, let's see. Ah, the most important thing for me, which is amazing, is that you can play online with this board. Online match. We can connect it to Chess, we can connect it to chess.com, to ChessKid, even to any app if we access it directly from the browser. I think this is incredible. For example, let's say I'm playing, just as an example, okay? On chess.com. I log in through the browser, so I go straight into my chess.com account. It recognizes all the pieces, and I can play whatever I want. A new online game against chess.com's own computer, against their bots? Puzzles. You can do whatever you want. To me, it's amazing to be able to play online against other people who are playing on their phones or computers, but using the actual board. The feeling is indescribable. I sit at my nightstand. Well, actually, at my study desk, to be more precise, with the board, a cup of coffee next to me, and honestly, the feeling is incredible. Pay attention to the end of the video, okay? Because if you want to get it, you're gonna have a discount code. That's all I'm saying, because I managed to get it. Now then, let's continue with the features of this magnificent chess set. I'm gonna close all of this as if it were. As you can see, it's just like a regular tablet. The performance is amazing, it's super fast, it connects really quickly, it's incredible. I've connected it to my home Wi-Fi, and honestly, the speed is incredible. Here you have the apps. Let's move on here to the next screen where you can see, well, the usual stuff you'd find on any iPad, any tablet, any phone. You can download whatever you want onto it. However, I would maybe recommend not downloading too many things so you don't overload it. So use it mainly as your own chess game, right? Which is for, well, if you want to watch YouTube videos like Chess Teacher, I'll obviously let you do that, but not much else. So let's move on to the much more important things, right? For example, analysis. The analysis is incredible, and obviously it's the same, right? You can set up the pieces however you want, okay? Even illegal positions, because here, it will recognize absolutely everything. And here, how does analysis mode work? Well, basically, all you have to do is set the analysis level you want. Actually, right now, it's on the default engine, but if you want a really powerful analysis, you can use Stockfish, you can use whatever you want, even up to 2850. I think that's the limit. And then you analyze the position. Notice how it keeps going up? Because I kept it pressed so it would go all the way to the maximum. Then you just click Next Move, which means Next Move, and you'll be able to analyze whatever you want. Notice that as soon as you make a move, it updates on the screen. I mean, it's totally instant. Even when you're dragging the pawns, you know? It might not seem like it, but even when you're dragging the pawns, look, it's incredible. You can move 20 times with the white pieces even, right? You can set up whatever position you want. This is amazing. And now we're going to a feature that, honestly, I've fallen in love with. Let's go back here for a second. Earlier, now that I'm here, I'm kind of upside down and it's a bit tricky for me. But anyway, let's check out career mode now, which is definitely one of my favorite modes. And if you're just starting out in chess, this mode is going to be amazing for you. All right, here you'll see that we start at level 0. That is, we're going to play against the board's built-in artificial intelligence at level 0. If we manage to beat it, our level will go up. So we'll keep leveling up as we keep winning. That way, we'll see our real level and be able to improve. And it'll be like a personal challenge to see how far you can go. This is amazing for training. Honestly, I'm blown away by this board, you know? I don't know if I'm getting across the same excitement I feel, but honestly, I'm just saying what I think. So let's keep going with more options because there are still more. For example, if we tap here where it says engine, we can see all the new features this board will have. because it will keep getting updates. Here you can see, I'm reading it backwards, but for example, endgame, that means endgame master. For those of you who don't know English, it means an endgame master, right? That is, here you can study. Here you have market, which means the store. Training, which means to train. Most likely this will be a paid option, which I don't know if it's already been added or not yet. And here, let's see, since I can't see it from the back, I guess these are more features I haven't even discovered yet. Just imagine! Let's keep going with the record feature, because I love this. Right here, you'll have every single one of the games you played with the board automatically saved and recorded, so you can carefully review and analyze them later, whenever you want. I think this is incredible. Check it out, huh? All the games you've played are saved here, so you can watch them whenever you want and analyze them. Chess teacher, I want to play against my dad. I want to play against my dog, who plays chess really well with this board right here. How do I do that? Well, check out this amazing feature, which I think is awesome, the clock. You just select the standard variant here, for example, hit start, and notice that you have a clock that as soon as you make a move, will start running right here and activate the clock itself. I think this is incredible. And also, notice how fast it is. I can keep making moves and look how quickly it responds. You can play chess well, even at a fast pace, since the weighted pieces won't slip. I think is amazing, as you can see, right? It's pretty mind-blowing. What do you think? Let's finish by playing a quick game against Maj's artificial intelligence, which, as you know, is the one from Chestnut, the one I told you brings together all the players, right? For example, at the highest level, which right now is 1900. All right, I'm going to take the white pieces here, so I'll be playing from the opposite side, but you'll be able to see it better this way, right? For example, I play e4, it plays e5, I play knight to f3, it plays knight to c6, I play bishop to c4. I'm going to play a quick game, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes, right? d3, bishop to c5. Here, I'm going to play the move I like, which is knight to d2, and now when it plays d6, I'll play c3. I'll explain that in a video at some point if you guys want. Once it castles, I'm going to go for it here. This move here, and if it tries to exchange bishops, then I'll just play over here. And what it does is break the center, right? Well, I don't want to break it just yet. I play queen to d2, so that when you take, I'll take back here. Alright, now what? Look what happens if you accidentally move the rook a little bit. Hey? Careful, this rook needs to go here. It gives you a really good warning. It's super easy. As you can see, you can play really fast, right? What it did now was take here. Notice that on the virtual board, we already have it. We even have the full notation. We could even hit the analysis button, or evaluate the position, even get hints. You could do whatever you want, right? Now here, what I'm gonna do is capture with this knight here to threaten this bishop. I just checked the camera and it stopped recording again. Today it's really giving me a hard time. I think it's to make up for how happy I am to have this chess set. I've been advancing the game really quickly and reached a position that looks like a draw. We have pawns well placed on white, while my opponent has a dark squared bishop, so they're never able to attack them. However, we might have a slight advantage here. I'm not sure, since my opponent is coming in really strong. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn on analysis here. Notice that at some point black was better, and at some point I was. And in general, there I present to you, as I mentioned, Chestnut Evo. And what's the gift I'm going to leave you? Well, obviously, it's a discount code, so you can get it. The discount code is on their own website, and it's CHSSTEACHER. It's that easy. It will honestly work really well for you, since it's a super refined product. Keep in mind that it's a product that obviously costs a bit more than a regular chess set, since it has superior intelligence. But of course, from my point of view, I honestly think it's worth it if you really love chess, because you'll be able to spend hours and hours on it, really improve your chess, and of course, you'll get to play on a real board instead of in front of a screen. I think this is every chess player's dream, to have a board like this. So for all of you who are interested, of course, I'm going to give you a little gift, a discount code, CHESSTEACHER, so you can get it a bit cheaper. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you love this product. Let me know in the comments, if you made it to the end, what you think about it, rated from 1 to 10. As for me, obviously, I love it, so I'm gonna give it a 10. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Do you want more videos with this board? I think so, right? Goodbye for now then.